What is good, y'all? It is your boy Nikolai Capone, and today I am joined with the legendary African honey badger, Filth God, G-Mo Skee.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I forgot, GameCube Destroyer, Annihilator.
He know his stuff. That's me. Yep.
Yeah, man. What made you come to DreamCon?
Oh, man. Inner Demon, man. You already know. The most talented, bro. My man's Inner Demon. You know, I think he come out here every year, man.
Yeah, he comes out here every year, man.
He called me, and he's just like, G-Mo, man, you know that DreamCon in 2 weeks, bro. He's like, if you can make it out here, bro, I got you covered, bro. I got a pass for you, everything. So I'm like, man, I'm going. I hit my label up, Majik Ninja. I'm like, man, what's good? They fronted me a plane ticket. It was all expense paid, man.
Hey.
I had to have a couple dollars to spend on some of that stuff down there, man. I blew a bag yesterday.
Man, I seen that you had like this gigantic keyblade, or is it technically KI blade? You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
The one that I had is actually called the X blade, but the X is pronounced key though. Oh. Like I don't know, it's a weird, like complicated Kingdom Hearts stuff going on.
Yo, we can't talk about that, bro. We go into a whole rabbit hole.
Straight up.
We don't know who's saying or who's them this way.
I can explain it now.
Yeah, man. The Inner Demon's my homie, man. Known him for a few years, so like he was like, oh. Hey, I don't know. Like, I got G-Mo with me. I was like, oh, shit, you got G-Mo? I was like, oh, man, I got to get this interview for sure. Yeah.
I appreciate it, bro. I really
do,
oh,
yeah, of course.
I'm having the time of my life out here.
I know, man. This is like your kind of environment for sure. They got the gaming shit. They got the anime shit. Yeah. You know, just it's honestly an amazing con, man. Shout out to them. But I did want to talk to you about how I initially found you, man, because I remember I entered the Funk Volume shit too. So that's funny as fuck. Like and you were, I think, top five contestants, something like that. Yep. You were high up though.
I was third place. I was
third place. Yeah, that shit was crazy. But I was like, as soon as I like heard you, I was like, oh, I gotta follow this guy. This dude's interesting as fuck, and like definitely funny, bro. Your humor shines so bright when it comes to like songs and like just even like the content creation side you do, like with your Instagram posts, Facebook posts, and stuff like that. It really shines, man. I love it, man.
I appreciate that 100%, bro.
And I know we were talking a little bit off camera and stuff like that. But you said that you've been making music since you were 7.
Yeah, well, no, I can't say I was making music. Yeah. But I was like writing raps and rapping. You feel me?
Okay,
I didn't start like making music as in like recording songs until I was probably like 11.
Okay, maybe I'm actually curious like how that went, because normally like kids, like it was hard back in our day to get electronics and shit like that. You know what I mean? So did you like take your parents' laptop and was like, yo, FL Studio, I'm gonna crack this mug?
Man, actually, now that I think about it, I think I might have really recorded my first ever recording ever. I was probably like 9, and it was my homies William and Nelson. They was recording at Nelson's house on one of them old ass computer mics, the one with the long neck with the little ass mic on the top of it. One of them things, one of them 1998 joints. And we was recording on that, and they was making their raps and everything, and I was just there. As a kid, I hung out with older kids and stuff, so they were like probably 14, 15. I was like 9, and they were up in there rapping, and I was like, come on, man, let me rap too, man. And they was like, man, Lil Jerron, man, you ain't got nothing to say. What you got to say, Lil Jerron? And I was like, it's Will and Nell driving along, smoking on bongs, and they was like, hold on, and like,
this motherfucker got bars.
They gave me the hook, bro. Like, I naturally spit a hook for them boy. It's Will and Nell driving along, smoking on bongs. Shout out to William and Nelson and my homie Johnny too. I love y'all, man. Those are my first friends ever.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Do you still think that like if you go through the catalog type shit, do you think you can find that mug?
No, I can't find that one. Nah, because that was like...
I know, that was like so long ago, man.
I'd have to ask my homie Nelson, like, bro, do you still have that? But I doubt he do, though. But
it would be funny as fuck, like a flashback, you know, Flashback Friday type shit, man.
When I really started recording, after that was just a one-off, you feel me?
Yeah.
But once I was like 11, 12, me and my cousin Kevin, we started recording at his house in Rodeo, and he had a laptop, and we had a mic. It might have been like a cheap-ass $20 Best Buy mic or something. I can't remember, but we was recording on a laptop and using Cool Edit Pro.
Oh my God.
Cracking Cool Edit Pro. Shout out to Peter Questergaard.
Bro, the fact
Real
that I
ones know Peter Questergaard. Real ones know. That man is responsible for so many home studios, bruh. If you cracked Cool Edit Pro, is this illegal to be talking about cracking programs?
I don't even think that program exists at this point.
It's Adobe Audition now.
Oh. Well, they'll be fine. That's a whole new product. Yeah. That's a whole new product. That Cool Edit Pro is way out. That's torn down, man.
For real, though.
They'll live.
Straight up.
That's funny as fuck, man. So I did see that you've recently went into the reaction content. I think that before you started doing the Eminem reaction, I think that you did some kind of reaction on J. Cole or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, that was years ago. That was actually my first reaction ever. I didn't even know it was a reaction. That's the crazy part. Like I'd be a little gone and like I'm a little I'd be a little behind on stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the time, the J. Cole thing, that went viral on Facebook like
it
crazy.
did?
I've been recognized in the street for that thing, bro.
Oh my God.
Like I was in Sacramento coming out of Ace of Spades or something, and this black dude was like, "Oh shit, it's the J. Cole guy." I'm like, "Nah, man." But that was I had dropped my album. I think it was like my first album. Maybe not. Maybe it was an EP or something I had just dropped, and I was like trying to think of a way to promote it. And I'm like, I don't know. Let me go on Hip Hop DX or something. Let me find somebody's new album and just roast it and be like, man, this is trash. I need to listen to my shit. And J. Cole just so happened to had dropped a CD.
Was it the one where he's talking about folding laundry and shit?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a crazy album to react to. That was probably the perfect album to do that too.
I felt bad about it afterwards
You
too.
did?
Because I'm just like roasting it and it's like, I was only listening to snippets from Hip Hop DX and I was just like doing an over-the-top reaction about how bad it was and stuff. But I wasn't like...
To be fair, it's not really his best piece of work, to be honest with you. There's so much better work that he did, for sure.
You know what's crazy? It didn't matter whose album I pulled up at that time. I was just trying to make a funny video, like on everything I love. I'm like, I'm gonna make a funny video of me just ranting about some shit. And so I roasted the album. But then afterwards, I think I was seeing comments that was like, this album is actually, he's like, speaking from the perspective of one of his friends who passed away or something like that.
I'll be honest, I ain't heard that. I mean, I ain't heard it in such a long time. If that's what it is, then I feel kind of bad. But, you know, I just didn't think it was his best work, though, to be honest. I do remember that.
I felt bad, though. Because I'm like, oh, man.
We ain't trying to do that. Yeah. But I didn't know. I didn't know.
And I'm so ignorant, I didn't even really know who J. Cole was when I did that. Like, I really didn't. And, like, a lot of people, like, regard him as one of the best lyricists and stuff. So I was really making an ass out of my face when I was doing that. But but you know, you watch it, I just be roasting and trolling and just having fun and shit. Yeah. But that was the first reaction I ever did. And I didn't even know it was a reaction video. It was just a funny video I tried to make right there.
Yeah, no, it's gotten more categoric as like reaction stuff has gotten along. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But so I was curious. I know that you're still. I think did you do all of the Eminem album already?
Yeah,
you did do all of the Eminem album. Yeah. I was curious. Is that going to be like a continuation thing that just keeps going?
Yeah, man. Before the Eminem album came out, I did the Kendrick and Drake beef. My fans really wanted to see me do Mad Child versus Snack the Ripper. I did Mac Lethal versus Tom McDonald, you know what I mean? And then the Eminem album dropped. So I'm like, all right, let me do the Eminem album, you know what I'm saying? but I haven't done anything after that. So when I get home, I plan on. My homie texted me like, G-Mo, you gotta react to this new Will Smith song.
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
oh yeah, I'm doing it. I haven't even listened to it yet. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's great. I got to.
Oh, you're gonna laugh. You're gonna fucking.
Oh, you heard it?
I heard it. I heard it with Ant. Man, like Ant's in the background right now. But
so this is a good one to react to?
Oh, you're gonna have a heyday with this one. This shit is so fucking funny and so out of Will Smith like song creation type shit. Like someone goes wrote that shit for him for sure. It's bad. It's bad.
It's not a good song?
No. I think Russ is on it too. Like
oh yeah.
So I didn't really get to hear Russ's part because everybody's like memeing the fuck out of Will Smith's part.
Dang, I mess with Russ. Russ is cool.
Russ is dope though. Russ is dope. He's a very nice artist. I heard a few of his albums. He's nice. He's solid.
Yeah, he's doing it big too.
Yeah, one of I think like besides like I think him and Tech are as far as independent artists go, one of the two of the biggest for sure. Yeah. Which also that reminds me, you got a new song with Tech.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Tell me how that came about.
Oh man, shout out to Tech N9ne, man. Y'all better go check out that Tech N9ne Collabos album, Class of Strange Music, man. Got Hobson on it. Got Killer Mike on it, the whole Strange Music, ISO, you feel me? Jerry Robinson, so many people on there, bro. Like the list just goes on and on. But I saw he was dropping the collabo joints, the singles and everything, and he must have made a post like asking his fans like, who do y'all want to see on the collabos, or who do y'all think is on it or whatever? And I dropped a comment like Tech. I'm like, Tech. Send me something, I will have that filth back to you in 24 hours, for real.
Damn.
And, it's just whatever. And he ended up responding to it like, bet. That's all he said was bet. Damn. And then I never heard from him. I didn't hear from him for some weeks. I was at the house sweating like, oh, man. Hopefully Tech send me that. And I think, why do I feel like I went on an entire tour?
Oh.
And I got home and then he texted me and he was like, G-Mo, I got one for us. And I was like, yes! And he sent me that thing. Ooh, man, that beat.
Yeah, that beat was hard.
He's like, because I ended up calling him because he sent me the track. And I ended up calling him because he's like, hit me when you hear it. Let me know what you think.
Yeah.
I called him. I'm like, Tech, bro, that beat is everything,
yeah,
bro.
That beat was hard. That beat was hard.
He was like, G-Mo, I had you in mind. He's like, I had to find one for you. I'm like, this got G-Mo written all over it. I'm like, yes.
And I'm very glad that I don't know if you can rap fast or anything like that, but I'm glad that you kind of just stay with the style that you're used to, because it's such a strong and like you don't hear your type of style like that. And maybe like here and there or whatever, but overall, like it's just a very original style that you don't hear too often.
Thank you, dude.
Especially nowadays with mainstream stuff. You know what I mean?
Very copy and paste.
Yeah, it's very copy and paste. But like, who do you think are some artists that are kind of similar in your style?
I'm gonna have to say like maybe like Young Z.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like Young Z say some funny shit and like some crazy, like some out of this world stuff. Like, how did you think of that? Like, who thinks of that type of stuff?
Yeah.
You feel me? So I'm gonna have to say Young Z. Cause I've been listening to a lot of Young Z lately. Like Young Z had this like resurgence, you feel me? Like, I don't know if you know who Young Z is from the Outsiders.
The Outsiders.
Yeah,
I've heard of the Outsiders.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think like individually who he is.
Yeah. Young Z, he was down with Pace One, and I mean they was running with Eminem like in Eminem's early days, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like on Eminem's first album, the Slim Shady LP, he kept hollering Outsiders. Like he was repping Outsiders harder on his first album than he was repping D12 almost. Like
that's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah. But no, Lauryn Hill and everybody, like Young Z and the Outsiders, they pretty much goated. Like they legendary dudes, like for real, you know what I mean? But I say like Young Z, Vinnie Paz, you know what I mean? The way Vinnie Paz just punches. Like Vinnie Paz inspires me to make every bar dope. Like my goal is to make every bar something that makes somebody go, what? Like, how did he think about it? What
I
is
thought
he?
you were gonna be.
Like, I've never heard that. I ain't never heard nothing like that. And like Vinnie Paz, not only is every punchline dope with Vinnie, but personally, my opinion, I feel like every line Vinnie do is crazy. Like line for line, like every line is good, bro.
Yeah.
It's not just like on the way to the punch and the punch is good. Like Vinnie's first line, second line, third line, fourth line, to me, I'm like, man, every line has something so dope in it, bro.
Yeah, man, Vinnie Paz is very fucking legendary. Like, I think with you, I think that people could try to take your style, but the way that you come up with bars and the humor, I think the humor is very, for a lot of people, I think it's very challenging to put the humor into the art. You know what I mean? So that's why you stand out so much.
Thank
you know what I mean?
Bro. I appreciate that. I try to make it funny, and it's kind of like my whole upbringing as an MC. The type of music that I liked was like the over the top stuff. But I was never a fan of horrorcore. I just like the over-the-top, like, punchlines. Like, bro is punching, and he's saying some super dope shit, and it's in a battle rap type of format.
Yeah.
But the shit that he's saying is just, like, ridiculous. Like, how do you... Like, Eminem is the perfect example. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or like, old Eminem.
Yeah.
Like, he would say things that's just, like, you laugh at it. You like, who would say that? You know what I mean? Type of thing like that. So... I
feel like if a lot of rappers went into comedy, a lot of comedians are getting washed. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
I did a stand-up.
Yeah. Oh, you did do stand-up?
I did a stand-up. I did. Shout out to my man Adam. Funny is funny, man. My man Adam, one of my best friends for real. And he used to rap, you know what I mean? But he ended up slowing down on the rap, and he's like, man, I'm about to go hit these open mics, bro. I'm about to do this comedy stuff. And he took it real serious. He's still out there right now, but I would come with him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And go to his open mics and go to his shows and everything. And one night, they all did the open mic, and I'm just watching my man, supporting my mans, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the host was like, yo, does anybody out there wanna try to do a little freestyle stand-up? Anybody out there? Anybody? I was like, I'll do it.
It's my time.
I killed it, man. I did pretty good.
Hey, man, you're going to have to send me the link to that for sure.
There's no video of it.
Oh, no.
It was just at a bar in Santa Rosa. I don't know if my homie even recorded me, but it was cool, though. I freestyled it. I just totally freestyled, talking about my kids and how I try to force my kids to like the things that I like, but they don't like it. Like I try to get my daughter into Harry Potter, and she don't want to be into it. So I had this whole joke of how, man, I gotta strap her down to the bed like an exorcism and read from the book of Harry Potter, like, so the boy who lived. And she's like, no, Daddy, stop. Like,
Wingardium Leviosa.
It was good.
Yeah, man. I did like your recent record, Filth City.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie, Stu Bangers, bro. I feel like his production really fit like the way that you rap, man. Tell me how it was linking up with him.
Man, first of all, shout out to Stu, man. Shout out to Stu Bangers, one of the illest producers, bro.
Nah, he's dead ass tight.
How did I kick up with Stu? I can't remember the exact moment we clicked up, but I'm always showing love to that whole family, you know what I mean? From the Vinnie Paz to the Ill Bill, Stu Bangers, C-Lance, you know what I mean? I feel like they all from this realm of just raw rap. So, me being Vinnie Paz's little homie, I always show love to all the dogs and stuff. And I show love to Stu Bangers and his son, Young Bangers, make beats too. Show love to Young Bangers. And so I was going through Stu Bangers beats on his YouTube, and I found one that I absolutely needed for my Filth Element CD. Like I needed it was a play on the Fifth Element. Yeah. I just didn't have that song, bruh, to represent the Fifth Element. And I heard something on Stu Bangers YouTube where I'm like, this the one I need.
Oh, for sure.
So I hit him up, and I paid full price for it, and I cashed him out. And he was messing with it. And then he's like, yo, G-Mo, man, I like that, bro. Like, how about you give me a verse and I give you a beat? You know what I mean? So we ended up doing that, and he put me on a song with Self-Titled. Shout out to Self-Titled, the whole Army of Pharaohs. And he put me on a song with Self-Titled, and he gave me a beat in exchange. And we just kept working like that. And then eventually he was like, yo, man, we should put out a whole EP, man.
Oh, yeah.
And he sent me a bunch of beats. And originally, Filth City was supposed to be an EP.
Yeah.
But I had so many of his beats, cause I'm like, man. and Stu was like, gee, we should just make this an album. And I'm like, nah, because I got another album coming out already. And I don't want to. And then eventually, man, I might have sat on the EP for like a month or two without listening to it. And I went back and listened to it. I'm like, man, this shit bananas.
No, that shit is hard.
It's just a little short, man, because it was an EP.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, Stu, let's make a couple more of them, bro. We just turned it into an album, Filth City, man.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, if y'all haven't heard Filth City, please go check it out. The production's fire. G-Mo's going in, man. Y'all need to go check that out for sure.
Check that out, man.
Yeah, man. Please. I also did have a question. People have seen the Final Boss music video.
Yeah.
There was a lot of game references in there. So I was going to ask you for your number one game all time.
Man.
I know that's a hard question for sure.
That's hard,
yeah,
man.
I'm about to say just your top one. Now, I was gonna say top 5, top 1.
Okay, top 1. And it's hard for me to say the one game, so I'm gonna just go series.
Okay.
Zelda.
Okay, good choice.
Zelda.
Good choice.
Like, come on.
Good choice.
Zelda
good choice.
is my Zelda. Yo, for real, I love Zelda, bro. Like, ever since I was a kid, bro, I used to watch my oldest sister, Shamara. I used to watch her play A Link to the Past on Super Nintendo. And she beat the whole game, and I just sat there and watched her, and I'm like, that's cool. I didn't really like the top-down. You know how Link to the Past was that top-down camera view?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I didn't really like that, but I liked how it was a crazy adventure and stuff. Then when I got a little older, I watched my oldest brother, Roy. I watched him play and beat Ocarina of Time, bro.
Fire. Classic.
And that shit was so fire. As just a kid watching that shit to the end, all the shit this nigga was doing, getting the different tunics and all the items and all the shit, all the different level designs, like, bro, I was so into it. And then the fucking pull the sword from the stone and go into the future and shit. I was mind blown as a kid, bro. And
it's still good though. The series is still fire.
I play Ocarina like once a year, man. Like, I gotta run through it, bro. And I just remember when I first tried to play it though. You know what I mean? Like, there was things I would get stuck on, because you know what I mean?
Like, hey, some of the puzzles be tricky, bro. Especially.
Yeah. It wasn't exactly the puzzles. It was just like the where to go next type of thing, kind of, because I was just so young, you feel me?
Yeah.
But, I just grew with the game, and I finally beat it by myself and shit, and I just got into the series and played every one, bro. Like, yeah, Zelda is my shit. Zelda is my thing, bro.
Yeah, man. And, finally, just to wrap it up, it's one question that I ask everybody that I interview. How does G-Mo Skee want to be remembered?
Man, I want people to remember me for a person who was just being himself, man. Like, you feel me? Just everything that I've earned and achieved, I've achieved it just by being myself, you know? And as an artist, as a rapper, that could be hard sometimes, because you see the trendy music getting millions and millions of views and, packing out arenas and clubs, and you get a little tempted to try to switch up a little bit or something like that, you know what I mean? But that's not me. Like, I'm not good at not being me, bro. Like, I just, everything you ever heard me, bro, do on a song or anything, that shit came from G-Mo's heart. Like, I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what they say I sound like, or if they disturbed, or if they don't get it. I don't care. Like, it's easiest to be yourself, bro. Like, I just want to be me, bro. Like, I just want to be me, bro. And that's what I want people to feel comfortable with, being they self, bro. You ain't got to look at the people over there and think that you got to try to fit in to try to accomplish something, bro. I love that I accomplished something by being myself. I made it this far just by naturally being me.
That's fire. That's actually one of my favorite answers. I really love that. A lot of people are always trying to be someone else, or constantly copy, but at the end of the day, I think if you're always yourself, you're never going to be burnt out. That's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
That's easy.
I appreciate you coming by, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
much love. And y'all go check out Filth City, man. Go check out the collab that he has with Tech N9ne, G-Mo Skee, Nikolai Capone. We are out.
Filth.
Peace.